All right, Jules back from the Windy City to talk about the fight, the NFL draft. She had a busy weekend there in Chicago. I saw all the posts. You jumped out of a plane while you were hanging out with...
skydiving, sort of.
You're hanging out with Ditka and the guys in Chicago?
Yeah,
all right,
Chicago.
So fill us in on the draft and your take on the fight. We already know about the fight.
We love that. And by the way, Baxter's happy to see you too, Dan.
Of course he is.
He did miss you.
Of course he did.
All right, it was a massive weekend in the world of sports. In fact, it might have been one of the biggest weekend in the sports world, and perhaps even more so than the Super Bowl. Some of the athletes, like Chris Paul and Kentucky Derby winner American Pharoah, well, they impressed onlookers with a brilliant performance. Some of the events, they were just eh. In fact, it was billed as the fight of the century, but it turned out really just to be the hype of the century, as fans from the world of sports who paid for the most expensive fight ever don't feel like they got their money's worth. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, they got their money's worth. Kidding me? They earned more than their fair share. The $200 million purse, and the total income is still being calculated as pay-per-view numbers are being finalized. But what we saw this weekend was to be expected. Mayweather has won 48 bouts because he doesn't get hit very hard. And Manny Pacquiao, with age, has lost the speed that made him so dangerous 5 years ago. So it's not surprising that Mayweather landed 34% of his shots compared to only 19% of Manny's. Essentially, though, what had me upset about this fight, Mayweather waited until Father Time, nullified Pacquiao's one advantage to schedule the fight. And until there's a commissioner of boxing that can keep the sport honest, sports fans will continue to be at the mercy of money-hungry promoters and fighters. And while the fight in Vegas disappointed many fans, those in Chicago with me at the NFL Draft, we had a blast. Now, tune into my radio show this afternoon, Buehler's Day Off, 2 o'clock. We're going to hear which teams improved the most through the draft, but I was also very impressed with the job Chicago did hosting the draft for the first time since 1964. But it was more like a festival for NFL fans. I saw Charger fans, Niner fans, Raider fans, Rams fans, all enjoying themselves getting a closer look at their favorite team. There were some 50,000 fans per day that went through Draft Town, and I got to experience some of the festivities myself. As Dan pointed out, I went skydiving. We got some video for you.
We got video. Was this your first time?
Of skydiving. Well, that's a picture of me in front of the beautiful Buckingham Fountain in the Chicago. As you can see, just a picturesque day just by Lake Michigan.
Yeah, you got lucky. It was nice in Chicago.
Well, the first 2 days it was cold, but the last day was beautiful. And then there's me. It's a skydiving simulator, and it felt like you were skydiving. It's kind of if you want to practice before you take the big plunge.
They get a good angled picture of you to make it look real, don't they?
We got a couple of them, yeah. And I got pretty high, Dan. And the view from up there was amazing. This was the first time that they'd ever had this type of simulator at the draft, and we had fans waiting in line for 4 hours to get on this thing.
Fun.
Luckily, I had some connections in the NFL, and I got it right.
Next time, do it for real. I've jumped.
You've jumped?
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's the most exhilarating thing you can do.
I bet.
Jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
Yeah, right? Why not? And that was me with the Seahawks mascot for all my Seahawks fans out there.
Uh-oh, you just upset some people.
And that's sports, brought to you by Legal Docs, by me. I upset the mascot as soon as I told him I'm a Niners fan.
I was going to say, you just upset some Niner viewers right here in the Valley by posting that. Thanks, Julie. Appreciate it. Thanks, Baxter. Glad you're back. 26 minutes past the hour. Still to come here on KMIR today. It is Monday. That means Money Monday. If it seems like you're spending more money on your home, it's not your imagination. Why those renting